All right, let's get into it.
Can you pick that? Does it pick that up?
Yeah.
So as soon as you started recording, the door chime went off. So that's why we're laughing. So if you listen, you can hear the door chime. Anyway, it's Friday, and this is our 90th conversation with each other, John.
I know. I mean, I feel like we've had more than that, but I'll just stick with that. We've had 90 conversations.
Yeah.
Before we get into this,
Yes.
I don't have a cigar yet. So let me get us cigars,
Yes,
and then we can jump into what we were talking about. So Tony Caristi, we got a couple, if you're watching, we got matching packages today.
And so we were a bit nervous
to
start the show, I'll be honest.
We were.
Open these.
But so we opened them, and there were some custom-made coasters in here with some Night Shift logos. And a note, a couple cigars. So let me let you know what's going on. So the note says, love Warfighter cigars. Truly enjoy listening to the podcast every week. Here's 2 night shifts on me for John and Scott. I'm also an entrepreneur as a mobile marine mechanic.
Not like a Marine Corps, but a water.
Yep. I also dabble with some epoxy, made some coasters for y'all. Enjoy, brothers. If y'all ever find yourself in Charleston, want to go dive, fish, or shoot some clays on a boat, look up my company, give me a call. And Keep Her Wet Outdoors is the name of the company. But he did get us a couple night shifts.
Which is awesome because we don't have any.
Yeah, we've been out of stock for a little bit. We have some showing up.
They ship soon.
What's today's date? They ship in a few days.
Yeah, we'll probably have them around the 1st-ish. Somewhere in there.
Yes. If it's before then, that's awesome. If it's after then, I might not be on the show anymore. I might be in jail. No, we're slotted to have them within the next week or two. It's just a matter of if Customs wants to play and release cigars, accurately and on time, or there's no shipping delays and all that fun stuff, the logistics side of it. But I am very excited to smoke a night shift.
Is this probably the longest y'all have gone without smoking a night shift since they were created?
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
It's almost like smoking it for the first time again.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Like I had to consciously think that we were recording today, so I didn't just open this and smoke it. As soon as we opened, I was like, "Oh, night shift." Yeah.
And these showed up today, right?
Yeah.
Perfect timing on the.
I mean,
delivery
they
day.
showed up an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, and the coasters, it's got the night shift band, the sergeant rank in there, and it looks like a 9mm shell, but it's hard to tell because the could be a 380. I can't read it.
No,
it's hard to tell because it's in epoxy.
Yeah.
So
9mm Luger.
If you look this way, it looks a lot smaller.
Scott, with the sergeant rank in there, is that technically stolen valor for you?
No. Highest rank achieved.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. we don't want any whoopsies, right?
So like I want to do a shadow box for Scott and do like E1, nothing. E2, like E3, specialist, sergeant, specialist.
Believe it or not, I was never an E1.
Oh, did you come in as an E2?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, good. We don't even have to leave that spot open.
Right.
Okay, we got the housekeeping done. Let's jump right into this because this is
yes. So, we like to talk about cigar stuff, veteran stuff, and military stuff. And there was a doozy that I came across today.
This happened 2 days ago.
Now, John, I want you to explain to them though what an Air Force incentive flight is, because I know your ex-wife went on.
Yes.
Yes.
So, in the Air Force, and the Army does it too. It's just not as cool because we don't have
fighter jets.
Yeah. But they call it an incentive flight, or it used to be called a FAM flight. And so what they do is, like in the Army, if we do something good, they're like, "Hey, good job." And they shake our hand and give us a coin, right? The Air Force says, "Hey, good job." And you could get a FAM flight,
right,
or an incentive flight. And so,
or like for reenlistment.
yeah,
or
reenlistment,
shit like that.
something like that. If you get like Airman of the Year, Airman of the Quarter, Recruiter of the Year, Quarter, or, like there's a lot of different things. And it also depends on where you're stationed, right? So like this dude that we're about to talk about, this was on a Air National Guard base in Massachusetts. And he was attached to the 104th Fighter Wing. So like when my ex got a fan flight, that was she was stationed at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona, and they did F-16s. And like that's all they did out of there. And I can't remember. I think it was either reclass or reenlistment. I can't remember which one it was. But she qualified for a fan flight. But then you have to do like flight physical, and like it's not just like, hey, jump in, we'll see you in an hour. Yeah. Like it's this whole process. You go through flight physicals, you get fitted for helmets and flight suits and everything.
Yeah.
And
it's coming.
Yeah, you don't just like, okay, hey, I'm getting in a jet today.
Come on, Bob, get in. It doesn't work that way. So
but yeah, and they're kind of strict about it.
Yeah.
But it's weird because they'll give you a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that they measure, which directly relates to what we're about to talk about, is they make you sit, right? You're sitting on like a bench, and then you put your back straight up against the wall, and they measure from seated to the top of your head. So you fit correctly in the ejection seat.
Right.
But if you're too small, it could cause damage because you're rattling around in that thing. And if you're too big, it could do the same thing,
And weight.
You have to be within a certain things. You can't be too light or too heavy. Right. Same thing because you're more injury prone. The long and the short of this is she failed her first flight physical.
Yes.
She was too short and she didn't weigh enough. So this was back in the day when they used like cuff stuffers for their garrison, little sleeves they put on the bottom of their pants to make them look pretty on top of their boots. So we taped like, I don't know, 8 or 10 pounds of quarters to the inside of those to help weigh her down. And then she put spandex shorts on and we stuffed them with brown t-shirts to get the extra inch, but it still looked like an ass and padding, you know what I mean? And so like 3 or 4 weeks later, they allowed her to do another flight physical, and they started doing all the shit. And they're like, oh, well, hey, weight's good. Let's grab a seat. And they measured that and like, oh, look at that. You grew an inch. She's like, yeah, I went to the chiropractor. They're like, awesome. Signed off, put her in a jet. I was like, how? Right. Awesome. But wait a minute. Like, you can't gain 15 pounds and grow an inch and a half in 3.5 weeks.
Right.
Like, it's just not how the human.
Oh, I could definitely gain 15 pounds. I don't know about that inch and a half, though.
Yeah, but hey, it worked. So anyway, she got to go on the flight, and it was super cool. So in Phoenix, at Luke, what they actually do live rounds, live training.
Right.
And they don't tell you if you're doing that. And 99% of the time, they're not dropping lives.
Right.
We pull out on the tarmac to go out where the jet was, and I see my buddy Cooper loading live bombs on a jet. And I'm like, hey, man, what are you doing? It's loud as shit, and everyone's got earmuffs. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing on the tarmac? And I was just like, oh, Yvonne's got a fan flight. And he's like, fuck her and fuck you. And I was like, cool, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. She's about to get in a jet.
Yeah.
He was loading the live bombs on the jet she was getting in to go on her fan flight. And I was like, okay, yeah, fuck you.
Right.
But yeah, so all that long story just to talk about the physical part of it.
Yeah, we got a video of one that made the news yesterday. So I'll kind of talk you through this. This is a jet, looks like an F-15, and it's driving down the runway very, very slowly with no canopy. Actually, the canopy is sitting on the back of the jet, and the passenger is crawling along the side of the tarmac.
Yeah.
And then you can go ahead and we'll give the Burt Corp, who put this video out.
The recruiter had enough of his incentive flight before there was any flight. So there's a little bit of good news and bad news here. The good news is that the ejection seat definitely worked. The bad news is that there's no more incentive flights.
So he ejected when the jet, before they even took off, before it was moving or anything.
So I found an official statement, and I found a little bit more information besides what was just in that video. So it was a F-15D Eagle was the aircraft that we're talking about. It was with the 104th Fighter Wing out of Barnes Air National Guard Base in Westfield, Massachusetts. It says a little description about the video. Puff of smoke seen wafting from the backseat of the F-15 as it's still taxiing. The canopy having been blown off during the ejection sequence is lying on the Eagle's left wing. The passenger appears to be crawling on the runway near what looks like a parachute as the F-15 continues to roll by. A near 0-0 ejection, which means no speed or altitude, has its own added dangers, but it's not the first time someone on a ride-along has inadvertently punched out of a tactical jet, although it's certainly a very rare occasion. They talk about incentive flights for a little bit, blah, 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 blah. And then here is the official statement from the 104th Fighter Wing. A ground mishap involving an F-15D Eagle aircraft and two members of the 104th Fighter Wing occurred at approximately 2:05 p.m. on the flight line at Barnes Air National Guard Base on August 12, 2025. Safety is the highest priority of the 104th Fighter Wing, and as a precaution, one service member was transported to a local hospital for evaluation, and wing leadership initiated a safety stand-down of all flight operations. The other service member was released from the scene with no injuries. Neither service member sustained any injuries as a result of the incident.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a miracle.
That's crazy. The incident remains under investigation, and more information, including information compiled by the applicable investigation boards, will be released as it becomes available. In accordance with Air Force policy, the identification of the service members involved will be withheld until the completion of an official investigation. After a 36-hour stand down, flight operations have resumed. So I don't know. I'm assuming the information that's out there saying that this guy was a recruiter was word of mouth information, not official statements yet.
Right.
Now let's run with that for a second, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say this dude was a recruiter and he got this incentive flight. Why do you think he punched out? Do you think it was on purpose?
I hope not. I hope not.
I hope so.
Well, why? What in the fuck would be in your brain that would cause you to, on purpose, go through all of that shit to get this flight, get in the aircraft?
How many people do you know have been in a fighter jet?
Well, not a whole lot.
How many people do you know have punched out of one?
Very few. So you're saying?
I'm thinking like this dude was just like,
they were thinking big picture.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but
he's like, yeah, this flight would be cool,
but
I got a better story.
But there's no that we can find. There's no video of him actually doing it. And if you planned that, you would have all of your buddies like, you need to be recording my flight. Record the takeoff. Record the takeoff. Otherwise, you're just a fucking headline.
Ooh, I have a totally made up with no, like, other than I think it would be funny theory.
Okay.
The pilot found out that the recruiter had been hooking up with his wife. So
the pilot reached
back. Or he's trying to recruit the pilot's kid. The pilot's like, fuck you are.
I like that story.
What if it's the pilot that punched out and not the recruiter? The recruiter had to do the rest of the taxi.
Oh. He did him.
He's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Hey, you remember when you recruited me, asshole? You're on your own, bitch.
Oh, I like that story. the pilot was a recruiter.
Funny would that be?
That would be.
The investigation comes out and it was the pilot that punched out. He's just like, I'm not.
I like that theory, Scott. Just a reminder to everybody.
The pilot did everything he could so that the guy would not get his incentive flight up to and including ejecting out of the fucking aircraft when it came time.
Right.
I like that one. Yeah.
Just a reminder, ejection seats in aircrafts can generate a force between 15 to 25 Gs.
Mhm.
So that was probably not a very fun ride.
I think they say you can only do it twice in your career before you're grounded as a pilot.
Oh,
because
because the damage it
it
causes.
compresses your spine so much
that's
in each
kind
one.
That's kind of like when they say you can only shoot somebody AT-4s off in a day.
Yep.
Right. I remember that one. Yeah, no.
Slightly different in how they manage it, though.
Or give a fuck.
yeah. Yep.
So a more rationale theory that I kind of have is, now I'm not this bad, but like I'm one of those people that like when I'm in a car that I'm not driving, I get a little like uneasy. I'm like even if it's someone I know is like a good driver,
Right.
it's more of like I have zero control
Yeah.
in however this may go.
Oh, you must love driving with John.
Honestly, I've done enough road trips for hunts where now I'm like, at least I know if something happens, we're doing like $120, so it's gonna be quick. Like, we're going out fast. But
I'm knock on wood. I haven't been in an accident. I take it back. I was in one in high school and somebody hit me and I was completely stopped.
those don't count.
Yeah, but they were doing 50.
Oh God.
Yeah, they rear-ended me. I was an 88 Ford Bronco. It literally was like, oh, fuck, someone hit me. And I get out and I look and the whole front of the car is like, oh, shit.
But I wonder if it was that they were just like, oh, so much could happen. I bet they told their friends like, oh, I'm going on a fam flight, and all their friends just started, because this is what I do. I just start sending all the stories of fucking fighter jets crashing and be like, hey, did you hear about this? Like,
No. So you're saying he got nervous and did it on purpose.
that I could see that being the case.
I think he listened to the brief 400 times not to pull the yellow ejection handles.
Oh.
He got nervous and he grabbed the closest bright yellow oh shit handle he could find
Yeah.
to hold on because they're getting ready to take off.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I could absolutely see that too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
John, did they say in the statement what caused it?
No.
Damn. Well, boys, looks like we get to make our own truth today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out how much
Force it takes to pull it.
Yes.
I think you have to, it has to be very deliberate, I would think.
It was crazy. We watched that video before we started recording of like how the ejection seat process works. And it's a ton of like you pull that one handle, it releases the bolts from the canopy. So the canopy flies off and like the whole nine. And all I can think is like, that is so much. You are relying so much on all this mechanical shit to work perfect. Because like, if step one doesn't happen, then you're a bug on a windshield inside of a plane.
Then you goosed yourself.
Yeah, like
So
it's fucking like that's terrifying.
Yeah.
And then the rocket booster that's under your ass, like hopefully that goes off, because if that doesn't go off and your canopy still opens, then you just get turned into like fucking cut ham.
Okay.
Like,
the pull handle in the F-16 requires 35 pounds of pressure,
ooh.
which is considered to be a lot. But how easy he found it to pull when the time came.
Yeah, 35. That's not like
That's not an accidental.
No, and they're on the runway, so it's not like he was fighting
Right.
G-forces or anything. Like,
But you got to think, right? If you're in a situation where you have to eject, that you have to put 1,000 pounds of force. I guarantee you that pilot could probably still do it.
Yeah.
with
You
all
know what I
that-
mean?
that adrenaline
Like it
shit
doesn't
on.
matter. Get
Yeah.
me the fuck out.
Yeah. If I can't pull this, I'm dead in a couple seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll find a way.
Mhm. That is a impressive level
So
of fuck up.
does this guy how can he embellish this story?
Oh, he's gonna have to get creative.
You're at a bar. Yeah, but have you guys ever punched out of an F-15? Come on, you got to do it.
Be like, no, have you? Like, actually, yeah.
I guess
We were so close to the ground, it was scary.
when he tells the story, he's just gonna skip the takeoff part of the
It's like,
story.
oh man, how high were you? We're like, oh, like 60 feet when the parachute opened.
Yeah. Like I drove a Chinook one time. I was on the job training with the Chinooks, right?
Yeah.
And I had to put it in the hangar. they were pulling it, and it has a little steering wheel. And I drove a fucking Chinook. I didn't fly it anywhere. I drove that bitch.
That's fucking awesome.
See if you can find a picture of a Chinook steering wheel.
Speaking of Luke Air Force Base, we had to go there on a weekend once, and my ex had to go inside, and it was me and that bomb loader that were sitting in the vehicle staring at all the F-16s in the hangars right on the tarmac.
It's impressive.
They don't have keys.
Right?
It's not like you're like, boop, boop, when you leave and you lock the doors or you know what I mean? Like, it's just there. And so I'm like, hey, you know how to start one of these? And he's like, well, I don't know. It's a really weird sequence and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bet you I can find it on YouTube. So I start YouTubing, right?
Yeah.
So I find a video, and this dude literally looks like he has a GoPro on, and he just walks through, pointing at everything as he's doing it and explaining a little bit.
Well, if you find the checklist too, that helps. They're probably sitting right there.
So then we were sitting there talking, and I'm like, has anybody ever stolen an F-16? Like,
I bet less people than have ejected.
How are they going to stop you?
They're going to let you stop yourself eventually. It's much easier to steal one than to land one, I'm sure.
Don't need to.
I have an ejection seat.
Yes. That was always my original plan.
Right.
I'm gone. Fuck. Gone. See ya. Because they're going to go get the plane, and I'm out of there.
Yeah. Except see?
Is this it?
That's it.
Power steering. So in flight, if you want to go left or right.
No, I don't think it works in flight.
You're flying and you just see the front wheels.
It's actually the back wheel.
Yeah, whatever.
Sergeant Jansen, bank left. I keep turning the dial. It doesn't do anything.
I'm maxed out.
So I have drove a Chinook.
That's fucking awesome. Does it literally work just like a steering wheel? Like when you just turn it a little bit and you start going?
Yeah.
Fucking A. That's so sick.
It controls your wheels. That's it.
That's awesome.
Closest to flying helicopters I ever came. Right there.
So far.
So speaking of stealing military aircraft, there was a gentleman in, I believe, the 70s who stole a Huey and landed it on the White House lawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let him fly helicopters.
Yeah. I mean,
he's lucky they didn't shoot him down. I bet right after that's when they started getting I'm sure they have like anti-air defenses on the White House now. But
I saw a video.
Well, so typically, like on a radar, it only tracks from X elevation and up. Yeah. And so I'll bet you that dude just took off from wherever. Yeah. It was local-ish, probably. Yeah. And just fell nap of the earth.
But, so
they had no clue until some dude was like, shit, that's a helicopter.
So, I mean, I don't think it's any secret that like everybody in the world knows there's snipers on top of the White House, right? Mm-hmm. I bet they have Stingers. I bet they qualify with Stinger missiles. Like, why wouldn't you have
I'll tell you what.
Why wouldn't you have the sniper ready to grab a Stinger and shoot something down?
JD Vance and Pete Hegseth don't have a C-RAM hidden on the White House.
Oh, fuck yes.
They're fucking up.
Right?
Like they both know what it does.
It's like a paper mache statue. It looks like a statue, but it just all of a sudden comes to life and fucking...
Or it's like disguised as a tree, and then the tree just grenades. Right? I mean, why not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Except the whole setting it up and testing it.
Right.
I'm trying to look it up. Did y'all ever hear about the guy that stole a plane, was talking about it in a bar? Someone said, bullshit. He said, no, I did it. And they said, do it again. And he was like, fine. And then went and did it again, stole another plane. So I'm pretty sure this is it, but it's Thomas Edwards Fitzpatrick.
Was it in New York City and he flew it back to a bar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Landed on the street.
Yep. Landed it on the street.
Yeah.
And they were like, bullshit. And he was like,
I'll be right back.
Be right back. Yep.
Alcohol is a terrible drug.
It's wonderful.
So for his Illegal flight. He was fined $100, equivalent to about $1,100 in 2024.
What year was that?
That was in. Doesn't give me the year on the first one. Oh, here we go. Sorry. So the first one was 1956. Yep. He stole it at about 3 a.m. Yeah, that checks out. It's a great time to steal a plane.
What year was the guy that stole a helicopter? Helicopter White House lawn. You'll probably find it.
I actually just had that pulled up. Give me one second. 1974.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely didn't have air defense then.
Oh, if you guys have any stories of military equipment being borrowed, and not like service to service, I'm talking about like,
Okay, here's
you're a civilian and you know somebody who borrowed a piece of military equipment.
1969. At RAF Mildenhall in England, a Lockheed C-130 Hercules was stolen by a U.S. Air Force aircraft mechanic who ultimately crashed it into the English Channel. Though some parts of the plane washed up in the Channel Islands within days of the crash, the larger wreck remained undiscovered until November 2018.
Wow.
Nearly 50 years later. Sergeant Paul Meyer was an aircraft mechanic in the Air Force. Vietnam veteran. He was also a heavy drinker.
Working with the RAF people, huh? And they're like, after that, they're like, you know what? We don't need any more, foreign exchange.
On the night of 22 May 1969, he was at a military colleague's house party where he drank heavily and began to behave erratically and aggressively. His friend tried to persuade him to go to bed, but he escaped through a window. Shortly after, Suffolk police found him on the A11, and he was arrested for being drunk and disorderly. He was escorted back to his barracks and told to sleep it off. Instead of obeying orders, he assumed the alias Captain Epstein, which that might have been added in here, went to a hangar where the Lockheed C-130 was. He worked on it, so he knew the protocols and working knowledge on how to fly it. And then he stole the aircraft and took off at 5:08 a.m.
I temporarily borrowed a Humvee one time to go get a monster.
Yeah.
Where we in Bastrop.
But you were in uniform.
No.
Okay.
No. So I rode up with a buddy of mine to Bastrop, and we took his car. He went to Hood a day early, and I was like, fuck, I didn't bring any monsters. It's not a base. Like it was
right.
it's like the equivalent to like a fob, I guess. But like there were no gate guards. You just drove in, and our motor pool was at the front. So I just walked in, and half of our Humvees, the combat locks,
right.
Now you'd have to like reach through the window, hit the combat lock, didn't work. So I just found one that fucking wasn't locked, and was just like, flip that on, turn it on. And the gas station was like maybe a quarter mile down the street. So I just fucking whipped that bitch down there, got my monsters, drove it right back, parked it, fucking walked back. I was like, problem solved right there.
But you were in that guard unit.
I was in,
so
yeah.
You probably could have talked your way out of that one.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Would it be more intimidating, John, if you were to steal, say, an F-16, a helicopter, or a C-130 Hercules? Which one would you be like the most afraid of trying to like steal?
Of the C-130.
Me, it'd be the helicopter.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because you can crash that immediately.
I'd crash any of them immediately.
No. Flying is not that hard.
I could figure out a way to make it hard.
The only thing with the C-130 is it just because the wingspan. It's just so fucking big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
It's intimidating, but it shouldn't be, I don't think. Because that's where they put all the pilots that aren't good enough to fly the, you know what I mean?
Fighters.
Yeah, right? No offense to any of you guys, but I think that's a true statement.
Well, I think it's the difference between like an F1 car and a semi truck. Like they both take skill. They're just drastically different.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what would be more intimidating to drive, a semi truck or an F1 car?
Oh, neither. I'm used to driving.
Yeah, but
I've never flown before.
I would probably be more intimidated by a semi truck.
Yeah.
A semi truck on a public road.
yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Fuck. What's something that we don't have experience in besides flying
Uh,
that we can relate this to? We can't use boats. Can't use motorcycles.
yeah. So yeah, flying's about.
That's about it.
I think I would be very confident to drive anything. Like
Yeah.
I could drive a semi right now.
Yep.
I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like boats, technology, it's almost easier now.
It's
than it is.
yeah.
Like
it
you just
really
need to know this how
Yeah.
it works.
A bigger ship might be intimidating.
Well, you literally have a knob and you have two things. That's it.
No, to drive it.
Yeah.
But is that all you need to start it, or do you have like people in the engine room, and do you have, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's the thing. That's what I
Right.
meant about you, like knowing the
Yeah.
process, how it works,
Right.
but the actual like maneuvering
Oh.
it.
yeah,
Yeah, you have a knob and you have a
Yeah.
forward and back. And
yeah. You have a joystick and
Yeah.
go sideways even.
Mm.
Yeah. So.
The when jets land on like the aircraft carriers, that shit still to this day, I'm like, that's so fucking impressive. When they have to time it with the hook just right and everything.
Well, there's
that's
a-
crazy.
Yeah, there's yeah.
So from the when you start flight school, one of the things that they teach you in landing is you pick your spot where you land.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
And that way you're always trying to hit that same spot. You have plenty of distance on the runway. You got all this stuff. So all you're doing is transitioning to that to a moving target
Mm,
on the water.
yeah.
It's
Easy
no
enough,
big deal.
right?
Yeah.
Too easy.
But that's they're just looking to land, and they're so good that I think they have 3 different catch lines on an aircraft carrier, and the pilots will like pick which one they're gonna.
Oh wow.
Hit. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Like that's because it's like
We can think they have to be good at it. If they miss it, it's not. You know.
Here, I'm gonna send you a thing to play real quick.
Gotcha.
Um,
Because I equate it to like after a while, like parking your truck eventually gets like second nature because you've done it
Backing
so
up a
much.
trailer.
Backing up a trailer eventually becomes like second nature. So I assume it's that aspect, but it's like,
Yep.
it's impressive the amount of control they have.
I mean, it's with any skill, right? You spend enough time doing it, you're gonna get really good at it.
Absolutely.
You know.
all right, here's the difference between Air Force and Navy pilots landing.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Why you should never compare U.S. Air Force and Navy pilots. Here is an Air Force pilot who is used to landing on long runways and doesn't want to damage his F-16. But this is a Navy pilot that is trained for carrier landings, where pilots in case the
I'm
jet
landing
misses the
here.
arresting gear. This is why you should never.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah, he. So we have mechanics for a reason, boys.
Well, look at the suspension though. Is different.
They're
Now watch
two completely
watch the Navy. Look at it. You can tell
different. It's set up for.
it looks like my X3 compared to like this.
He's got the long travel
Yeah.
setup.
I feel like I'm getting a really good insight to what Scott's algorithm is.
Yeah.
Boys, I know we were
So
talking-
cool thing about the dude who stole the C-130.
Yeah.
I don't really know if it's cool per se, but the overall thing of it is, so homeboy stole this Hercules, the C-130. He took off. They said he was homesick, all kinds of stuff, newlywed. Then there were questions: did he simply crash it, or was he shot down?
Oh.
But then they found out that somehow he called his wife from the cockpit and was on the phone for over an hour, but the black box captured the last 20 minutes or so of the conversation he had with his wife. And there's transcripts that are out there about it. Which, reading the cliff notes, essentially it's like it starts out with like honey, I got a bird in the sky and I'm coming home. And then at the end of it, it was like,
I'm out of fuel.
fuck, I know what I did. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah.
She's like, you can't do that.
Have y'all, I'm sure you have, but seen the video of the guy that steals like a like a passenger plane, like a Boeing
Oh,
747.
the Alaska Airlines.
The Alaska Airlines
Yeah.
one, where he's like, "I'm gonna do a barrel roll," and they're like trying to give him
Yep.
instructions
We
on
would,
like
advise
It
against
wasn't
that.
a seven. It was a prop plane.
a prop. I'm sorry, yes, a
Yeah.
prop plane.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're like trying to give him instructions on how to land. He's like, "Oh no, I have no intention of landing this."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Ah, fuck."
But
Like,
he had a fun flight.
oh boy, did he?
Yeah.
Went out. Would
And he
you rather-
didn't hurt anybody else.
He didn't hurt anybody else.
That's the one thing that I appreciate about
Yeah.
that one is he was just like, no, like I'm fucked, not anybody else.
Yeah.
This is my incentive flight, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. The pilot just didn't show up.
If you stole your respective planes that you chose, where would you fly to? Full tank.
Oh, it depends on the plane because a full tank and a Cessna versus a
Exactly.
Yeah, like
All right, we'll go C-130. Get a little distance.
I don't know that you know look that up. I don't know the distance of a C-130. I don't think it's all that far. I would say maybe 6 hours if I had to guess. No, maybe more than that.
2,361 miles.
What's
Don't ask me how they figured it out.
What's the flight time?
I don't know. I think it depends on altitude, speed.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah.
So your cruise speed 336 miles an hour.
20 plus hours is what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. 2,000 miles. No, I'm trying to think. I mean, I would go Central America with it, I'm sure.
You wouldn't want to. Who are you buzzing? Who are you buzzing their tower?
Oh, where am I going to try to land?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to try to land there, but I'm buzzing Cuba. Just for
Oh,
fun.
you're getting shot the fuck down, buddy.
Oh, no.
If
fucking-
you're buzzing Cuba in a U.S. jet
Yeah.
or a plane, you're getting shot.
I was just going to come in low and hot.
That's true. That's true. I would buzz everything for 2,000 miles.
Fuck.
That's
yes.
it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not
Fuck
flying at
yes.
25,000 feet with my
Absolutely.
feet up.
Now, I doubt your flight distance would be the same when you're just off the ground. I think you're using a lot more fuel for that, but I'm not.
But that's also with full payload.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, the AC-130 Juliet is about 3,000.
They probably have a bigger fuel tank.
Yeah.
And they're always loaded.
You know what I'm doing? So when I was in high school, our practice field is right by Kelly Air Force Base. So like practice would like halt when like the C-130s and stuff are flying over. So I'm getting as low as I can to all those little league fields and making as many little kids' days as possible.
Oh yeah.
100%. I'm spreading smiles before I wreck this bitch.
But you brought up a brilliant plane to steal. Can you imagine being able to steal an AC-130?
Oh,
That would be fun.
that'd be so sweet.
Especially if it was loaded. You figured out autopilot, right? And you could just go back there and start shooting the fuck out of shit. Oh my God.
just drop the ramp and just fucking firing
Yeah.
out and everything.
Yeah.
It'd
How
be-
fun would that be?
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
I don't know what I'd shoot, but
Whatever they have to offer.
yeah, just cool stuff.
Absolutely.
Like I'm shooting the sphere in Vegas just because I want to see what happens.
Just putting like 3 holes in it.
Do
Just
you think like okay, I got a question for you guys. So you probably have the app Flight Radar, right? Flight Radar 24 or whatever it's called.
Familiar with it.
Yeah. So you can track
Yeah.
planes. Anything that has a transponder on it, it'll show up on that app. The majority of the refuelers show up.
Yeah.
And they're just running, laps
Right.
over this one little area. Say you steal one of these. Do you source one of those out and try to do some aerial refueling?
How would you convince them that they're going to refuel you? There's no fucking way they would refuel you.
I mean,
you could always pull the like, if you don't refuel me right now, I will crash this bitch into XYZ. And then they're like,
into you.
yeah.
Fuck
There you go,
XYZ.
yeah.
They'd be like, bitch, you've never done this before. You're going to crash it into us anyway.
I'm just going to sit here. You refuel me.
John, you just gave me so I've seen videos of the Flight Radar thing. I just pulled it up and now I'm like, ooh, this is fun. I like this.
Well, how do you think people figure out like where all the celebrity planes, how much?
Yeah, that shit's
Yeah.
fucking creepy.
If you get really bored one night, on like a Friday or Saturday, pull it up and just watch it like over like say San Antonio or Houston or something like that. And then all of a sudden you see just randomly, you just see helicopters pop up.
Yeah.
Right. And it's all the medevacs, the life flights going out to, and so you can see like in real time, and then you can watch the ghetto bird, and then you see him start to do tight circles and you're like, oh, he's got someone. Like I almost want that in like a scanner.
Right.
And to be able to like pick up both. Be like, oh, something's over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Some dude just robbed whatever.
Yeah. This makes me want to get the new, get trained up on the old flight sims because it's putting bad thoughts in my mind. Yeah. I always said I was going to rent a Corvette. No, I'm stealing a plane. I'm changing it.
Absolutely.
Like 95 years old and I'm stealing a fucking plane.
Is that like Turo for cars or Airbnb for houses? Can you just rent a jet?
Yeah. I'm sure you can. It's just not cheap.
That's fair.
Yeah. You can. Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Hell yeah. They just have a requirement. How many hours do you have in Microsoft Flight Simulator? You just have to reach that.
To fly. No, you probably have to be licensed and all that shit too. Yeah.
Who needs that?
I thought you meant just a chartered one.
Oh no, I meant get behind the wheel.
No. I don't think that's a thing. Actually, I know that's not a thing because we were looking for somebody to fly to Nicaragua. The easy part was getting a plane, but the hard part was getting a plane where we provided our own pilot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That, and once you start getting international stuff, the pilots have to have different ratings and yeah. So there's an AC-130 Juliet Ghost Rider.
Yeah, they're all updated.
It's fancy.
None of them are Spectre anymore. That was long gone.
Right.
Not gonna lie, Ghost Rider is part of your aircraft name. Fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Well, half of the pilots are like, "Fuck, there goes my call sign."
They got rid of the. There's no cannons on them anymore, though. I mean, there's no like the minigun style.
This one says
Vulcans.
40
millimeter.
See the features.
105.
Advanced two-pilot flight station, navigation, modified precision strike package, which includes mission management control console, robust communications, 2 electrical optical infrared sensors, advanced fire control equipment, precision guided munitions, delivery capabilities, as well as trainable 30 millimeter and 105 millimeter weapons.
Huh. I thought the one that they had at the air show, they didn't have the 6-barrel gun anymore.
The Vulcan.
Yeah, it did not have that one anymore.
So the armor, I don't know. It's the armament precision strike package, 30 millimeter, 105 millimeter cannon, standoff precision munition, guided munitions, GBU 39, GBU 69, AGM 114 Hellfires, AGM 176 Griffins.
Where are they putting rockets on an AC-130? Unless it's a different plane.
No.
Huh. You got a picture of this thing?
You think they just
They can't really launch a Hellfire out of the side of
they
it.
just put the ramp down?
All right, I don't think so. But
you can't really mount them underneath it. There's not much clearance there.
Yeah, and under the wings you got props to worry about. Like I don't know, it's weird to me. The GBUs might be out of the ramp. They could drop a bomb that way.
I have no idea if this is the correct one or not. But
oh, here we go.
So they got the Hellfire, the Hellfire right next to the fuel tank. Solid.
Well, it's.
I mean, it was nasty enough without missiles.
Right.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I don't see them doing much air to air.
No, that's not what Hellfires are. Hellfires are
Air to surface.
Yeah. What a cool job that would be, though. God damn.
Huh.
The Air Force does have some cool jobs.
They do.
It's just I don't ever know anybody in the Air Force. Well, I guess I know a couple, but like to be on a crew on a fucking gunship, man, that's fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
So I talked to
I wonder if
I talked to some crews of regular just C-130s, and I talked to some crews of some refuelers. And I kind of had the same mindset. And I'm like, this has to be like, because I actually got on a refueling fam flight.
Yeah, I have to.
And I was like, this has got to be the coolest job in the world. She's like, yeah, when we actually have planes. I was like, what?
Yeah.
She's like, sometimes we'll go up in the sky and we'll fly around for 12 hours and not do a single thing. And you're stuck in a Pringles can. So whatever snacks you brought, whatever PT you want to do around, that's it. But it's not like there's hammocks or beds or chairs or anything, So unless you bring it and you're just stuck up here for 12, 14 hours doing nothing. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, so how often does that happen? She's like, more than you think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How happy were they when Netflix offered the like download button and shit?
The happiest crew member I've ever talked to though was a C5 crewman.
Yeah.
He fucking loved it. He was guard and he was trying to go active duty to do it because he's like, yeah, we fly everywhere. It's great. Well, they have
they have like quarters.
They have a
and shit.
galley and
Yeah.
quarters and like, yeah,
Right.
Like that sounded like a cool job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But,
We had a couple of the air crew when we were doing like airborne ops and stuff,
yeah.
especially on like the C-17s. They just sit on the ramp when we were going out, and half the time they just sit there going like this, just waving at us as we jumped out. I was like, fucking solid, dude. I was waiting for one of them to sit there just flipping the bird. Because
I
what
wonder
are we gonna do?
if you can transfer from as like an artilleryman and go to the Air Force and get on a 105 that's in a fucking AC-130, right?
Math checks out. Right?
I'm airborne artillery. Oh, you jump
Yeah.
out of planes? No.
I don't think I think they manually have to load the 105s and the AC-130s yet. So you still need a loader.
It's true.
What was that other fucking? I think that was on the Spectre.
Which one? The Bofors, the 40?
Yeah.
Big 40 millimeter? Yeah.
Because those were self-loading.
Yeah, those.
Kinda.
Yeah.
They had to load what,
The
5 rounds?
magazines,
Yeah. I'm not even getting into current event stuff.
I don't even
There's
know.
too much,
Yeah.
and it's all little.
Yeah, nothing major. Huh? It's been 2 weeks without a major event. Huh?
No world changing.
Well, it depends on what you
Event.
consider major.
Yeah. I think tomorrow or something, or today, Trump sits down with Putin.
Yeah,
Uh,
Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit of anticipation there.
Why doesn't Russia and Ukraine sit down and talk?
Well, I think that's the goal of the meeting tomorrow, is to see if he can organize that.
But it's not like we're dealing with like schoolyard bullies that it's like, on site, it's on.
Or are we? Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Like they're not going to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you two
Yeah.
just get in the same fucking room and figure it
Or
out?
why don't we go back to the leaders, just whoever
You two fight.
you two fight, and whoever wins, that's who wins, right? Who would you put your money on? Because Putin's older now. If it would have been 20 years ago, Putin would have wiped the fucking floor with Zelensky.
See, I'm
putting my money on Putin.
Are you?
Yeah.
How old is Putin now?
It doesn't matter. Zelensky's an actor.
And he's not that big of a man.
I don't
if
care
you
if he's
think about it,
big or
though,
not. You know what I mean? For him, everything's optics. In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and Putin has a background of, he was probably a fucking.
Or was he not?
see,
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about Putin.
remember
Well,
when,
he was in the KGB.
It was the same. Yeah, but we used to think that the Russian army was the one fucking army in the world that we don't want to fuck with.
I bet Putin has personally killed more people than.
I'll bet you he's
given
authorized.
Yeah.
No, I bet he's personally
Yeah?
done it. In his younger years, he was a KGB
operator.
that guy.
Operator.
Yeah.
So Putin is 72 years old, but I'm curious if it's not similar to like the Kim Jong-un effect of like everybody just kisses his ass because they're scared. Like, remember what it was like?
Oh, maybe. But
Putin's got his black belt in BJJ. And it's like,
how old is Zelensky?
Uh,
It's probably 42, 38, somewhere in there.
Jesus Christ. Hold on.
47.
47? Oh,
What is the approximate number of humans killed by Putin?
personally. You got to put personally.
I did.
Okay.
Where is
Tell me he has like 1,500 confirmed kills or something.
okay? A USA Today article from 2017 estimated the number at around 38. 12 were shot, stabbed, or beaten to death. 6 were blown up. 10 died allegedly of natural causes. 1 died of mysterious head injuries. 1 reportedly slipped and hit his head in a public bath. And 1 was hanged in his jail cell. Oh, and 1 died drinking coffee.
But see, some of those I think were probably authorized. But I think back in the day, Putin was the man, like behind the trigger. Like,
Well, I get if he was operating, then his body is beat to shit. There.
that could be too. Yeah.
Like that's why I'd put my money on Zelensky.
Yeah.
If honestly, I think it's like who can just keep breathing in 2 minutes because odds are Putin is going to blow his load in the first 2, and then it's like a UFC fight that goes to the 5th round.
And should we settle wars this way?
I think if it goes as long and there's just zero, like nothing has come from.
Okay,
their
hold
approved-
on. That was misquoted. I need to clarify that.
Ooh, fake news.
So the way the article, right, that was just a little excerpt out of the article. I'll just read you the opening of it. And yeah. A former member of the Russian parliament is gunned down in broad daylight in the Ukraine capital of Kiev. A longtime Russian ambassador to the United Nations drops dead at work. A Russian-backed commander in the breakaway Ukrainian province of Donetsk is blown up in an elevator. A Russian media executive is found dead in his Washington, D.C. hotel room. What do they all have in common? They are among 38 prominent Russians who were victims of unsolved murders and suspicious deaths since the beginning of 2014.
Okay.
So
yeah, that wasn't Putin.
He didn't sneak into Washington, D.C. and schwack a dude. Yeah.
I mean,
his heyday would have been what? The 70s?
Before, while it was still the USSR.
60s, 70s probably.
Maybe early 80s.
Vladimir Putin was in the KGB from 1975 until the organization dissolved in 1991. It's a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
Probably learned a lot, but
what did he do in the KGB?
Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to find an article that says how many people Putin has killed.
Have you tried asking AI?
Well, the hard part is
he's responsible. So,
and then, but also how many, like technically he's responsible for every death in Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's, yeah.
So when Putin first joined, he was in counterintelligence. He then moved to the first chief directorate, focusing on monitoring foreign nationals and consular officials in Leningrad. From 85 to 90, Putin was stationed in Dresden, East Germany. Doesn't say what he did there. He served as a KGB liaison officer to the East German secret police, the Stasi. That's pretty much it. I mean, it makes sense that they're not like, oh, he was on this operation in this year, but still got my money on Vlad or Zelensky. I don't even know his first name.
Vladimir.
Oh,
Volodymyr.
Vlad versus Volod.
Yeah, Volodymyr Zelensky. It's yeah. You know, I've always had a thing that like.
But imagine if wars were fought that way, where the leaders did it.
Yep.
How that would affect who we elected
100%
as a leader.
Yep.
So it kind of goes back to when I think it was on the other podcast we were talking about the football, the nuclear codes.
Right.
Yeah.
And that if there was a proposal by a gentleman that if the president ever had to push the button, he had to kill the guy holding the football in order to do it.
Yeah.
So he knew what it was to take life before he took life.
Right.
Obviously, that didn't happen.
Right.
They didn't pass it, but I'd be for it.
It's a great thought experiment of a proposal. Like,
I mean, it's not really ethical.
No, of course not.
Or moral per se, but I'm for it. Like, what better way to make sure you're going to do this?
Yeah, because
then you have to kill one of your own countrymen before you do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If the object is...
And it's 100% volunteer position.
Well, if the object is to you're going to kill millions, let's say hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
In order to save lives.
But
then,
you have to take one life to
then it's kind of justified that,
You
like,
know?
okay, if a couple 100,000 lives are worth the end goal of this, then yeah, to me,
But that makes
it's
the personal
Yeah.
aspect of it. It's not
Right.
just like, yeah, go ahead, send it.
yeah, right.
You know, you don't know it's
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, then the interesting part was that it's a volunteer position.
Yeah. To carry
It's not like you're picked.
right.
Obviously, it's not like last minute. Like there's a build up and a lead up to
Yeah.
you know something.
But as somebody who volunteers for that position, you're there to ultimately try to prevent nuclear war. Like,
So do you also try to figure out what's going on with the situation and like try to find a back channel to be like, look, guys, I don't want to die. And he's going to kill me. Like, just so they know how serious, like, you know, like in case of emergency, use this phone, call that number.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
and it's
back in like medieval times, the king's son was always like the general of the army, so they were out on like the front lines fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that also was like all right, how bad do we want this land and how bad do we want to go to war? Do I
Right.
want to lose my fucking kid over this?
Right.
Like the olden days, they had a little bit more skin in the game, I guess.
Yeah, like politicians now, they don't have any skin in the game.
No.
But it's also easier to motivate an army when the
Yes.
son of a king is leading you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, imagine
Versus just some random
imagine if
general,
like, okay,
you know?
tomorrow we have to go to war with fucking China or Russia or whatever, and you have Trump Jr., who's like on the front lines fighting with you.
Right.
And it's same way with like Prince Harry and shit. He was
Oh,
a fucking
yeah.
Apache pilot,
Yeah,
Like
he has
how-
that.
right?
That
How
awesome-
fucking cool
Well,
is that?
but the difference though is Prince Harry didn't want people to know who he was.
yes. Well, I can see that, but they knew he was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
But
knew.
they were like, he's like, treat me like everybody else.
Yeah.
Don't treat me special.
Well, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
Unless you're the general, then
That kick ass.
But
general.
until you get to be a
Yeah,
general,
I agree.
you're treated like equally.
of course.
that video, that clip from the interview always makes its rounds every couple of years, where he's in the middle of an interview and like the sirens go off and his crews run into the plane and he's just like fucking rips the mic pack off and sprints off. And I'm just like, I fucking respect the shit out of
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
he was like, nope, job
Yep.
comes first.
Yeah.
Like-
No, I think we didn't ever see him, but when we were in Kuwait, we knew some of the Apache, like we knew like he was in the area.
Oh,
You know, it was because wasn't he in Kuwait before the initial push? I think I remember hearing of it.
not seeing anything.
When was he an Apache pilot? I would just put that in. What years?
He was commissioned. He was twice deployed on active duty to Afghanistan, first in 2007, second 2008,
Okay, I'm wrong.
and then 2012 to 13.
Okay.
Anything else you guys wanted to cover?
I'm down rabbit holes of Putin right now.
Uh-oh.
I need to
Come back to us, John. Come back
I
to
know,
us.
right? It's good. It's funny.
I think Putin, like you watched the Tucker interview with him, right? With Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's very interesting. I think he would be a great conversation.
He's smart.
Oh
He's
yeah,
very
and
smart.
he's like he's at the time we were comparing him to Biden, and you're like, okay, like I would much rather talk to this guy just as a human on a human level because there's like I don't know something there,
His
Yeah.
substance.
yeah, right, and yeah, I thought it was an interesting, whether or not he's lying or any of that or whatever, that's all beside the point. As far as just a conversationalist and somebody who knew Russian history, like he fucking knew it.
Yeah.
Like there was no
Not like I have to look it up.
right.
And
And
not
you-
like just the surface of it.
And do you think Biden knows?
No,
US
like he
history
went
like
in
that?
depth into
Yeah,
the
like-
meaning behind why things happened and how it relates to other things.
Yes.
And Biden would be like, yeah, we're in Delaware.
Yeah.
One of the other things too, and I'm not advocating, I'm just, I don't know, using logic, I guess. The propaganda that's been spread about Russia.
Yeah.
And ultimately it's
our
the
whole
same.
lives.
The
Like,
propaganda that's been spread around the rest of the world about America, and until you leave this country, you never know.
how old were you when you realized that Russia was like one of our biggest allies in World War II?
Probably in high school when like learning about it.
I think I was out of the military before I even fucking it
Yeah.
dawned on me.
No, I always knew. So the thing that was with me is what led to the hate between the two countries,
Right.
right? Is it communism or was there something else?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Because like when was the Cold War? Like that was like it was our whole lives. Like I was born in 79. I think the Cold War was probably right around there, right? So my whole life I was taught to hate Russia, right?
Yeah.
So and then you meet Russians and you're like, oh, I can actually relate to these people. Like you always thought the Russians were like these, like when I was growing up, it's like, oh, the Russians are Russians and, like whatever. But man, I can relate to.
So the Cold War roughly ran from 1947 to 1991. And it was essentially geopolitical tension and ideology between the U.S. and the Soviet Union.
You said 47?
47
So
to 91.
immediately after World War
As soon as it ended.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
But yeah, like, why? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it was characterized by ideological conflict, proxy wars, an arms race, and intense propaganda campaigns. But direct military conflict between the two never occurred.
Right. But there's not a lot of differences, right? Between like religious. I don't know what religion Russia is, but they're not Muslim.
No, it's the whole communism thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not like
It's you got to think, right? The only countries that the U.S. doesn't play nice with are communist countries.
Yeah, I get that.
Right. And so there's essentially, I don't know, roughly 5, let's call it, pretty predominant ones. You have Russia and China.
Yeah.
Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua.
Well, but Cuba, you can throw in the Russian. Like it was the Cuban Missile
Here's the
Crisis,
difference.
But it was
you have Russia, China on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Then we have Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Cuba.
Yeah.
Right. So this kind of leads me into a
it's,
little bit of
but it's
current events.
But it's Russian influence. I don't think it's just Venezuela. It's
So there's a bounty on Venezuela.
which
on
is
the president of his right now.
which is weird.
Did you hear what he countered Trump's? So this bounty's been on Maduro for a while. Biden increased it to 25 million. Trump doubled it to 50 million. And Maduro put out his own bounty. And it is matching $50 million US to anybody who releases the Epstein files.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. Yep. So now, but here's where it gets very interesting, right? Venezuela is solely the reason why Cuba and Nicaragua are still alive. It is the largest communist, the most quote unquote successful, if you want to call it that, even though it really isn't right now, communist country in this hemisphere,
Okay.
on this side of the world. If that falls, there's no support for the other two.
Right.
Right. If there's no communism left here and it's only left with Russia and China, now there's a lot of pressure. Now they're going to make bad decisions.
Yeah.
Right. Like, because it's their goal is to grow communism. Our goal is to crush it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just two different ideologies. That's why there's been conflict since 1947, essentially.
Yeah.
So what happens if Maduro's removed from office? And you know what I mean? Like, but what does Russia do? What does China do?
Right.
Because that's their proxies for this side of the world.
Yeah.
And if they disappear, you know what I mean? That'd be like the US and Japan all of a sudden is taken over by somebody else, or it just implodes.
Right.
And that's been an ally and something that we've used and worked with forever. And now all of a sudden they disappear overnight.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Right.
Okay. Who did that?
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
Who's doing it to Venezuela? Us. You know what I mean? And it's just that's a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I try to stay out of that.
Can't
one.
we all
Once
just
in a
get
while I
along?
find myself down it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I heard about his counter, I was like, that's cool. I mean, what else are you going to do? I'll put a $50 million bounty on Trump's head. Good luck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a waste of words at that point.
Yeah.
Not even,
No, anyway, enough of our nonsense. Yeah. If you guys have a story of you as a civilian or know somebody that was a civilian that borrowed a piece of current at the time military equipment, I would love to hear about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because we got a couple guys. One guy stole a tank. One guy stole a fucking 113. Didn't end well for those guys, but still cool stories.
Gave you all great stories.
Yeah.
Cowboys and Cadillacs, fellas. Y'all want to talk about that?
Yes, first Sunday of the month, which I don't know what it falls. What?
I think it's these. Let me look. I don't want to give you the wrong date.
Yeah, that's in New Braunfels, newer bar, it's a rooftop bar.
September 7th. So it is not Labor Day weekend. So you don't have to worry about travel or family vacations or back to school kids or any of that stuff. It's after that. So you got through the back to school, you got through the holiday weekend. Now come on, have a cigar and a cocktail. And some delicious food. It's one of the only places where you can order food, get drinks, and smoke cigars in the same place.
Yeah.
They have 3 different rooftop areas that we can smoke in. And then they have a full bar with pretty much anything that you want.
Yeah.
It's a very, very well stocked.
Yeah, good selection.
And then they have a live band starting at 8. The event or the cigar night runs from 6 to 8. If you want to hang out after, you're more than welcome to. They're also doing a discount for any active duty military or veterans. So you're doing 10% off total tab.
Nice.
But yeah, it'll be fun. We'll be out there. We'll have the redacted cigar out there, and
Sweet.
smoking and drinking. I think that's it. I don't
Yeah.
think we have anything else coming
I don't
up
think-
immediately.
no.
Not next month.
All right.
Cool.
Well, let's wrap
Yeah.
this up.
Well, just like usual, warfightertobacco.com for all your smoky treat needs. We got about 2 weeks until our next redacted promo, September 1st, midnight to midnight. Any 5 cigars you buy, you get a free redacted. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you guys have fun. We'll talk to you next week.
See ya.